Hello everyone, it's Joe here from Joe and Annie's Crafts and Toys, and today I'm going to be showing you 10 doll life hacks. Keep watching to learn these super cool and easy DIYs that will help keeping and, well, collecting dolls be a lot easier. Alright, so life hack number 1 is pretty self-explanatory, but it's just to use rubber bands in doll hair instead, like loom rubber bands in doll's hair instead of like hair ties, because it makes it a little bit easier to apply, and also they're available in a wider variety of colors, and if you buy the silicone-free kind, they won't rot or anything like that. So that's the first hack. So the next life hack has to do with brushing your doll's hair, and a lot of the times when you brush a doll's hair, either most people use just like a normal size super large hairbrush, but that just is kind of awkward and large, and it pulls at their hair and it just doesn't look that good. So, and the other bad thing is the brush that the doll comes with just doesn't work that well, and it's too flimsy. So what I recommend doing is going to the travel section or the baby section and just getting a mini-sized normal hairbrush, and it works so much better. Like, you can just brush their hair and it just works 10,000 times better. So yeah, your doll can look spick and span using this, and oh gosh, that looks terrible. She looks like she's being ripped. All these knots. Oh gosh. But it just basically helps to use a smaller hairbrush instead than a large one or the hairbrush that the doll comes with, because it just works a lot better, and plus these are not that expensive. Alright, getting a different camera angle here. This next hack has to do with dolls with curly hair, such as this doll, or dolls with hair that's been curled, like in my DIY doll, how to make your doll's hair go from straight to this kind of curly, wavy-ish effect. And basically this life hack is just to help maintain dolls that have manufactured curly hair, like this doll and Madeline Hatter. So I've actually already used this hack in Madeline Hatter's hair, but the only bad thing about Madeline Hatter's hair is when I had sprayed it, it was already kind of in knots, but it still looks better than it did, and basically it just makes it really stiff so that the curls won't come out. And it helps if you do it right when you get the doll out of the box, like I did with Darling Charming. Her hair looks almost exactly the same as it did when I got her out of the box, even though she's been in the dreaded doll storage box and everything. So basically what you're going to want to do is you want to put down some sort of protective surface so you don't spray everywhere. And you're just going to want to take the doll, and this doll is one of the Fashionista Barbie dolls, and you're just going to want to kind of separate her hair from the rest of her body and use hairspray. I'll just use some hairspray. This is the one you can get at the dollar store, I believe. And you're just going to want to spray all of it really hard to get all of the hair to become stiff. Just carefully, and if it gets on anything, it's not going to kill it all. It's just hairspray. Alright, if you've sprayed the doll, you're just going to want to let her sit and wipe her face off before it gets sticky, because honestly, it's just kind of gross when they have sticky hair. That's just my opinion. I mean, when they have a sticky face. So, then you're basically just gonna not want to touch the doll, and after you've wiped her face off, just leave her sitting straight up somewhere for a while, and when it dries, it will become stiff and it won't get messed up. So this next life hack is basically if you're going to do the hairspray gig or anything similar to that and you need a quick outfit for a doll, you can actually take a paper towel or some type of cloth and wrap it around the doll, kind of like this. You could even like use a pretty piece of fabric to use for this if you want it to look fashionable. And after you've wrapped it around, just take a rubber band in any color that you want. I'm going to use purple, and then you're going to want to take that rubber band and basically just stretch it up over the doll's legs, over her hips, up to her waist, and then let it sit. And you have a quick and easy, like I was saying, you have a quick and easy doll dress, and this is obviously nothing super fabulous or anything like that, but it works for like ratchet moments. Here's a full overview of the kind of ratchet dress. It's honestly really great when you're trying to make a craft and you don't want her clothing to get messed up. So yeah, if this is all you got, just wrap it around and put a rubber band, and there you go. You got a quick and easy doll dress. Alright, so this next life hack has to deal with Barbie doll storage, and as you see here, it's kind of a mess, but basically to keep dolls with curly hair or dolls that you don't want to get messed up, put dolls with straight hair such as Tess and the dolls, put them in the bottom, male dolls that don't necessarily have hair that you don't want to get messed up, and then dolls that have hairstyles like Joe, put them on the top, that way they don't get messed up. And then for dolls that have super special hairstyles like Madeline Hatter, the life hack basically is to just place them in kind of like standing up and propped up on the other dolls, and then when you put them on the shelf, everyone else will kind of be compressed, but the dolls with curly hair like her and Mary Jo, they won't be like messed up if you place them in. Liza too, you just kind of do that, and it makes it a lot easier when it comes to Barbie doll storage, that way none of your dolls get messed up. So yeah, that's the next life hack. This next life hack has to do with storage again, and basically like when you're storing Barbie doll clothes, to keep shoes and things separate, this is kind of self-explanatory, but I like to repeatedly go through them and make sure that you have matches, and then just keep them in a Ziploc bag, and voila presto, that problem is sealed. You can also do this with like purses like I did here, and then here with like specialty items you don't want to get messed up, and then also like accessories other than purses like belts and stuff. Just keep them in individual Ziploc bags in your bin of doll clothing, and even these little tiny ones you can get in the craft store in the jewelry aisle for like little iPhones or food or whatever. And basically that will just keep everything nice and separate, that way you don't lose anything that you don't want to lose, and it ends up really well. Also, another one is if you have any of these little Barbie doll bins and stuff, they're great for like putting little items in as well. Like as you can see, this one has some little perfumes in it, just whatever, you know, just keeping little things separate is the key to not losing much whenever you're making, trying to keep up with your doll's stuff. So this next life hack comes to when you're making, like these next couple ones are like doll things. So if you're making doll benches, I don't know, but if you ever use cardboard, I don't know if you guys can see, but like if you paint it with black paint, it ends up getting these weird brown edges and serrated stuff to it. So can you see that? Maybe you can see like there's holes through it and it's like brown. See the brown peeking through? To prevent that from happening, it's best to like wrap it in paper and then glue it together. It may not look awesome because you can still see the glue marks and stuff, but at least like when from a distance, this one looks a whole lot cleaner edged than this one, especially like in real life when you can actually see the brown. There you go, you can see it better like that maybe. I don't know, but like to get rid of those weird edges and stuff, just fold it with fabric or paper or contact paper sticker sheets. Yep, that'll make it a whole lot more neater looking. So this next life hack is for dolls that have hairstyles like this one. They, as you can see, has like a little pin in the back where it's like fixed, and it can easily have hair come out, or dolls with bangs like Nicole. So basically, if you just take a small cup and place it over their head, it looks a little bit crazy, but it works really well for like when you're in storage and stuff. The Barbie's hair won't get like everywhere, and it will be like nice and stable, even though it kind of looks stupid. It kind of looks like SpongeBob movie when like Plankton puts those buckets on their head. Okay, never mind. So there you go. So the next life hack is how to make really easy DIY doll hangers. You're just gonna need some wire like this. This is just gold regular wire, and you're gonna want to trim a piece of it and begin bending it into almost like a circle. And then once you bend it into a circle, you're going to want to twist the two around each other for like this until you get a fairly long like twist up at the top. It's going to look kind of weird at first, but don't worry, it will come together at the end. And then after you've twisted it around enough, just trim it so that both ends are even like this. So I'll show you guys what it's supposed to look like. You should have a loop like this almost looks like a dog leash, and then you're going to want to bend it so that it kind of looks more hanger-like this. And then all you have to do is just bend over the twisted wire so that it looks like that. Trim it, and you have just made yourself a DIY super easy doll hanger. And this is so awesome because this is so cheap. You can even find it at the Goodwill sometimes, and it's so much better than actually buying doll hangers. And it's great for if you make like a DIY doll store. And yeah, if you want to hang your doll's clothes up, it works great. So here's the hanger in action. As you see, it works really well, and it almost looks as if I bought it. And it works really great. You can make it big for like I don't know if it would work for American Girl doll clothes, but you could make it a little bit bigger for Ken doll clothes. And yeah, it just works super great. Normally I just keep this in my doll clothes in case I ever need it. So there you go, another life hack on top of that. Alright, so these next set of life hacks have to do with putting your Barbie dolls in the pool and knowing which types of dolls can go in the pool and which dolls can't. So first of all, Barbie doll swimsuits can actually go in the water. They're not like swimsuit material, so they're not going to dry very well, but they can go in the water. And normally on a general basis, if a Barbie doll has flat feet like Joe, that means that they are made for swimming Barbie and they can go in the pool. Most of the time when a Barbie has flat feet, that means you actually bought her in a swimming suit and she can go in the water. Now, when a Barbie can't go into the water is when she has rubber legs like Martha here. And as you see, I know it's like a Barbie doll in underwear, but these rubber legs that like bend and make these noises, they're shiny and they look more realistic, but if you get them wet, that's okay. But well, it's actually not that great. Actually, try your best not to get these dolls wet because they're a whole lot harder to get water to come out, and they can mold inside, and their legs could get stuck like at the hinges. So if you've gotten a Barbie doll wet before and you let her sit out to dry and she's fine, don't worry about that. But like in the general rule of thumb, you don't want to put dolls with rubber legs into the water. Dolls with any type of plastic legs, yes, like like Mary Jo and any other doll that has plastic legs. Dolls you don't want to get wet are dolls with hinges. Once again, these could mold if not cleaned properly, and there's more places that you'll have to clean out anyway, and it's a lot of work. Most dolls, like Ever After High dolls, have a lot of clothing on anyway, hair stuff, and you don't want to get those wet. But basically, after your doll, you've played in the pool and all that, the way you want to clean your doll is basically open up the appendages just by like lifting forward. And as you can see, there's this little tiny black hole that is exposed. And if you shake the doll like this and then extract the water on one side, do it again on the other. And with the legs, actually the same thing happens. I don't know if you guys can see this, but like there's this little hole that happens when you pull it apart, shake it out, and then all the water will come out. I know this is kind of unpleasant to look at, but that's how you get the water out. And after you've gotten all their water out, you can just let them sit to dry, and when you shake them, you shouldn't be able to hear any rattling. Also, with that being said, if your doll is full of water and you just can't get her out, or maybe she has rubber legs, you can put her into a bag of rice just like you would an iPhone overnight or for a couple of days, and hopefully all the water will be absorbed out of her and she'll be good to go. But just make sure that your doll has flat feet and can open up. Most dolls that are plastic all the way around, as long as you can see that little hole, like I said, right there, that's so you can extract the water out. I don't know if many people know that, but that's actually what you can do with the Barbie to get all the water out of her, is just like kind of open that up and shake it out. So, yep. So that is all for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching these 10 doll life hacks. I'll see y'all in my next video. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to share our videos so we can all grow here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. PTO!